Hello, Facebook Live. We are here for another episode of the Epic Vibe Show with Dr. Vibe. And this is Dr. Vibe, and I am with my very special guest and my dear friend,
Thank you.
Dr. Marco. And we are here in a very special location. We are here in Borderland, USA, down in Border Village in San Diego, right at the border. Literally, if you walk to the end of the street, you're walking over the border into Mexico. And there's a very special energy here, don't you think?
I think like 500 feet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if I share a little story about how you and I became friends?
It was on the other side, right?
In Tijuana.
Yeah.
So, Marco, when I was living in Colorado, remember we were invited to be part of that movie In Tune.
In Tune.
In Tune.
The documentary.
The documentary about sound and how it influences physiology. And I met Marco. Really, you and Heidi, you guys were some of the first people that I met down in Tijuana. And
we were organizing the Neuro Arts workshop.
Exactly.
You came in with the technology, and we already have other technology, and we're trying to integrate it.
Tell Facebook world. Tell them a little bit about. Oh, I see you're rocking the brand new bioharmonic technologies. What do you think about the headphones?
The best model of bioharmonic technology so far.
Nice.
The bundle.
Yeah, exactly.
Great bundle with the bed.
Thank you. So we literally just got these new bioharmonic technologies headphones like a week ago, and I just showed him. I'm down here in Borderland, USA, and he's like, I need to have those headphones. So these are Marco.
Actually, we're gonna try.
No, we can't talk about that. It's top secret.
All right.
Top secret. Yeah, because we don't know who's watching this, but there's a lot of people that are interested in what's going on with this technology.
You will find out.
I would love for you to share a little bit with our community who you are and what you're all about.
Of course, we were working since 2010 here in the national part of the technology transfer offices and all this part of the wellness medical tourism programs.
Cool.
And we think that it's very fortunate to have this kind of technology next to the border for people can enjoy it from both sides.
Yeah.
Mexico and the States, since there's no borders for health and no borders for wellness.
Whenever I'm down in Mexico, Marco's. So you live in Tijuana, correct?
Tijuana and San Diego, yeah.
Yeah, you cross border, and every time I go down there, he's
like
always
like Global Century.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I always say I'm Tri-City. You know, L.A., San Diego, Tijuana.
You're the Vibe Ambassador.
Yeah, I'm the Vibe Ambassador, and I'm just activating the vibes in Southern California.
It's great.
Yeah. So I love how we go down there and you're always pointing out, you're like, you see those buildings? That's all medical. You see those buildings? That's the best restaurant there. And by the way, if you haven't spent any time in Tijuana, they have the best food.
Oh.
Dude, they have like the best food. What's some of your favorite restaurants?
One of the favorites, I think, will be in Ensenada. More fresh.
Oh, yeah.
But when it comes to any other like landmarks on the gastronomy in Tijuana,
yeah,
it's obviously like you got a bunch like the Caesar salad that was made originated till
Caesar
a lot of other communities from outside that came brought their food inside.
Yeah.
So you can find anytime like Thai, Italian, Turkish, all these Asian bistros. Depends on what your mood.
Wow.
And the great tacos, obviously. No?
What's your favorite taco truck? So I like Tocolote.
I think Tecolote and Cocopelli.
Cocopelli, Tocolote. So I just found out that so why don't you share a little bit about where we are and what's happening?
So
why am I
here in Border Village. There is a 40 years old village next to the border, obviously the main one, and it's a district, Border Village district. It's just next, it's 1 mile from the international cross border.
Yeah.
And people can cross to the States, take their vibe here, or go to Mexico, back to their country and take the vibe here. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good location for start opening these channels.
I think what is really fascinating to me, you know, when I was living in Colorado, I remember did I ever share the story with you that I was at this like metaphysical fair? Did I ever tell you the story about?
Oh, the psychic.
Yeah, the psychic. Yeah. So I was getting ready to leave. I didn't know I knew I was moving to San Diego, but I didn't know where I was going to be living. And there was this psychic. She comes up to me and she's dowsing. She has one of those little dowser wands. You know what those are? Like little gems. And she started saying things that were...
It's a reader.
Yeah, she's like a reader. And she was telling me it sounded really... it was really accurate. And she started hanging out like all weekend with us. And she started talking to me and she's like, do you have anything you want to ask? And I said, where? I'm moving to San Diego, but I don't know where. And she's dowsing, and she's like, Chula Vista. And I was like, Chula Vista? Like, that's where all like the Mexicans live, right? I was like, I'm not gonna live in Chula Vista. Like, I'm probably gonna live at the beach, you know, somewhere. And she's like, she kind of like laughed it off. And it's so interesting since moving out here, how connected I am, really with the cross-border Mexican community. In fact, I feel very connected to Tijuana. These technologies are made in Tijuana, and we have our fulfillment right over the border.
It's manufactured in Tijuana.
Yeah.
Assembly.
And it's just super amazing, you know, and it's just really, really nice energy. Like all the people that you work, all the Antonios that you work with here, when I first came here, you're like, it's really easy. Everybody's name is Antonio. And so, you know, when I was talking with Antonio Lay, he was saying, he's like, we're our own breed, the border people. and that's exactly right. And that's
it's one of the busiest borders in the world. For Mexico and States is the busiest. San Isidro and Tijuana.
I'm feeling about just, you know, we talk about the hashtag harmonize humanity, bioharmonic technologies, and I always talk about these vibes as being they're nodes, they're vibrational portals. They're vibrational portals for
the global orchestra.
Yeah.
The universal.
And I think like where they need to be in places where there needs to be harmony. Mm-hmm. And think about where we are, dude. There's a wall going up.
That's it. That for wellness, there's no wall for help. There's no wall for cooperation and collaboration.
So I'll talk about that.
It's something that we learn every day in Tijuana, because there's a lot of people from different communities that use the same path, you know, the same trail to get to the States, same trail to get for the good dinners, same trail to get for the wellness part, and also for the surgery rooms, also for the specialists down there. So people travel from all over the world to get the medical services here, to get their different kind of other productivity, like manufacture certain things, to get certain knowledge. So that's why we are in this kind of channel, to just distribute or maybe just create the route for wellness.
Yeah.
We have the routing here.
Exactly. It's like a port of entry. Talk about, so what's the vision for here, like in the vibes and me and CBD and all these things? Like, what are the things we always talk about? Okay. And actually, on the other side of his camera is one of the founders of Borderland and one of my favorite people, Mr. Antonio Lay. Would you like to join the Epic Vibe Show with Dr. Vibe? Are you having fun just shooting the video over there?
She can show us some of the crystals.
Well, there's a lot of different things. That's what I'm saying. Like, share the vision of what's happening here.
Oh, what's happening here is what you also are bringing. You're bringing this equipment. We have certain stuff here also, like the hemp care facility, the gemstones, and this kind of light that we were working on the past years.
Yeah.
But right now we are working on activate this space, the whole district, into a more healthier, more holistic oasis around the border, because everything here used to be duty-free stores.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, 80s. Then there came the money exchange.
Yeah.
Then there came certain kind of outlets and market that is on the other side of the freeway.
Yeah, that's huge.
So here it remains like this vibe of the community of the where the spaces where the art or the subjective living for other persons. For example, there is the chamber of the library. So we want to be like promoting the wellness and the healthy style.
Yeah.
Not only the workers or the manufacturers, you know.
Well, they have that first they have the first dispensary right down the street.
We have the first dispensary, and then the border. We have the hemp shop, another wheat map spins, and also it's becoming a culture. Like people from Tijuana cross the border to get certain elements that they can find over there, but actually it's the same for the citizens of Chula Vista. They go over there to Tijuana. So on the way they can get something healthy or some good ingredients for their day of life.
Yeah. That's what's so cool. Like when I moved to San Diego, I thought some of the coolest thing was like I could be down in my factory from where I lived in North PB, North Pacific Beach. I could be to my factory in 40 minutes. Like I can't even get to downtown Los Angeles in 40 minutes, living in Venice, and I was in another country. You know, like you're over the border and you're using different money. You're on a different phone system. You know, you're speaking a completely different language. I love that level.
And when you enter in that, what is the feeling to enter that, through here? Like you start changing a lot of different colors, different vibes.
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
So there you find sometimes good superfoods over there.
Yeah.
That we are bringing here. So it's Mexican product for high quality superfoods over here in the border for people from here. They don't need to go up down to get it. You know?
Yeah.
Because San Diego is huge. Like we are between San Diego and Tijuana, we have 10 million people. Between the ones that live here, the other one that is only for a few days,
Wow.
the other one that cross all every
10
day.
million people.
10 million people. It's like
Between Tijuana and
seven from San Diego is huge. 3 from Tijuana.
Okay.
Interacting every day,
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of options or solutions related to the well-being or.
You know, anybody knows me, I'm always talking about Mexico and Tijuana, and one of my intentions actually in this next year is I'd really like to get property down somewhere on the Baja. I feel very connected to to the Tijuana Baja area, and we've talked about that as well. And there's some big news. I really wanted to debut the show here tonight at my new office in Abbot Kinney in Venice, address 1712 Abbot Kinney, right on the corner of Venice Boulevard and Abbot Kinney. We have a brand new facility in the Human Garage called the Conscious Clubhouse, and we're hosting events every single night, 7 days a week, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's 420 friendly on the rooftop, and there's going to be meditation and sounds bath and workshops and open mic nights, live DJs, ecstatic dance, connection workshops, all these things happening there, and we're housing the vibes. That is ground zero, but to me, my spiritual ground zero is right here. Being here right on the border, I feel like this is the energetics necessary for really cultivating something special. I feel it's like we're harmonizing two countries.
Okay.
You know, think about it. Whatever people want to say about Donald Trump,
With the help of every element around, this is the Pacific. You know, this is kind of this is like the corner of the huge continent.
Yeah, it's a vortex.
America is America as a whole.
Yeah.
But this is like kind of one of these partitions. Right?
Exactly.
It's kind of acupuncture. You're doing like
global acupuncture, exactly.
Geo acupuncture.
Yeah, geo acupuncture. Geo acupuncture. It's interesting you bring that up. I was invited to go to a Native American ceremony in Joshua Tree many years ago.
Another chakra of the earth.
Exactly.
Like Shasta Mountain.
Well, that's another one. Have you been about Shasta?
Yeah, we celebrate a ceremony with Mexican or both sides groups from native groups. So we try to get the people from the mountains of different parts of Mexico into the U.S. to bring those guys to those elders to Shasta Mountain.
Yeah.
And we made the whole permits. It was interesting how if you show in the border a good mission with ticket to get in, ticket to get out, certain days, they approve.
Yeah.
And it was, what are you doing? What are you gonna do over there? They're gonna make a ceremony because there's no salmon or something.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah,
really?
No bueno, right?
And they say, okay, your visa is approved. $500. Okay, perfect.
Wow.
So we take this group to up there. It's called the Huirráticas or Huicholes. They made great art. They interact with the elders up there. And it was the Lakotas and Hopi Indians and stuff.
Wow.
It was very interesting. The community work that we made there is a model of how we can keep some wisdom or take that wisdom for youngers.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm all about vortex traveling. I've had quite the day today. You know, I had a meeting with a gentleman up in Encinitas, and they're opening up another holistic network down kind of in the San Diego area. There's another gentleman that I met with, Paul Edge, who's like a world famous electronic DJ, like acid jazz DJ, who's started researching frequencies. And I'm getting invited to this sound healing scientific validation workshop. Conference in November. And so that was something. And then, you know, there's a medical doctor that has a center in San Pedro. I have her vibe in the car. That's a new client of mine.
Dr. Nick.
No, okay, and then Dr. Nick. Dr. Nick is up in Portland. Hello, Dr. Nick, if you're watching this live stream. I'm so excited that you're part of our new Vibe family and to be collaborating with you with your oils.
And Dr. Kirkland.
And Dr.
A bunch of doctors now.
Yeah, talk about Dr. Kirkland.
Oh, Dr. Kirkland is right now based in Montreal. They are developing the top edge formulations for CBD sprays, CBD cream, CBD paint sticks, and they actually are infused in Berkeley, those are manufactured in Torrance. So it's all California assembly, for example.
Great.
But
how did you get connected with them?
It was funny because one of the first Canamex is with the conference about all this cannabis regulation and scientific labs and certifications. It was here near Baja in the convention center, and the VP of the company have a house in Rosarito in the beach. And it's not that Dr. Greenland went there for a booth, but she went to take a look.
Yeah, check it out.
And we were in the same conference. We were she was looking for a doctor and a shelter or structure to get into Mexico. And it's what we do on the other side. We provide, like your company, remember when we were working on the integrations of the...
Yeah.
We manufacture and transfer some medical technologies into Mexico. And that's how we hope sometimes we can manufacture the cream in Mexico, send it over here and infuse.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, anybody that's been following my career, I've always had personal relationships with every single vendor that I've ever worked with, and we all have to vibe. And see, so you're vibing with your CBD, like even with this laser. This is the LZ30X laser. Andy Hewitson, I've been repping his lasers. This is an amazing Class 3B laser. I've been repping these lasers since 2012, and this is the little laser. But I have a personal relationship with him. It's got 350 different presets. You want to see the laser? Here, check out. It's like 4.5 ounces. You can hold it down here. It's password protected here, and then it's got all these cool little settings. I'm not sure if you can see this or not. And then when you turn it on, that's infrared.
Oh,
and that's
where your logo is based.
Yeah. So anyhow, super powerful. I've created that has 350 different settings. So this is larger text. But the point I'm making is like you have a personal. Everybody's got a CBD brand nowadays.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between them? And there's full spectrum and this and that, all these other things. I think what it comes down to is who are you vibing with. I would love to plug at this time actually. Humboldt CBD. My friend Joshua Hanna has an amazing CBD brand. He owns one of my original sound lounges and a dear friend of mine. But I'm saying there's so many different...
So what's what we're
he's not hemp. He's doing all flower. His is all flower.
Yeah.
And yours is all hemp. Hold on a second. Keep talking.
That's a good thing here in Borderland and with your collaboration that we are making this venture into mixing the vibroacoustics with the CBD, with the aromatherapy, and with the transducting crystals. No?
Exactly. And that's what it all comes down to.
Perfect. So let's keep rolling.
Let's keep it rolling. So I know you need to get back over the border. You have some people you're going to meet. I'm always open for an adventure over the border. And
I know.
When I come down here, we're not going to talk about the last time I crossed over the border. We'll keep that off the social channels. But it's always a pleasure.
Well, it was very easy to you to get back, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I can do your concierge whenever you come over.
Yeah.
1-2 times, but at the third time...
You're on your own.
You just came over very fast.
Yeah, totally.
Fast learner.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I love it here. I mean, I'm a big fan of this part of the world.
But obviously we can have experience.
Okay, so this was the story I didn't finish saying. I was in Joshua Tree, and I was at this Native American ceremony, and they sent us out. Where the ceremony was, it was like kind of almost in like a moon crater. Like there was a house, and it was kind of like this.
Joshua Tree on the back.
Yeah, and so we were doing ceremony, and we went around there, and we had to like feel into where there was energetic dissidence of the property, and we would do geo-acupuncture, like you said. Yeah. So we did that. So you're talking about it. Exactly, the way you find water and things like that. So when you're saying like we're wedged between like the America and Mexico, and right in the southwesternmost tip of the United States, and yeah, it's a geo-acupuncture point. And no better place do I want to anchor a vibe than right here with my amigos, Dr. Marco and all the Antonios. And actually, you know what? We were talking about the headphones. When I was in Sedona, we showed you guys the headphones before. I want to show you our new box. Check it out. This is the final improvement. You can order all the music right through our QR code here on the back. We have this beautiful custom box that we've created. Here's a description in here. And then Dr. Marco, you're also a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Talk about the music you produce.
We're producing music since 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. Different genres, like for example, in the acid jazz level to the electronic, more deep techno and stuff. Mm-hmm. So here in Tijuana we have very nice composers. We just have Joe from Bauhaus, from Germany, Sweden, and also we are mixing this kind of folk music from Mexico and ethnic vibes. Gonna put some music. I know.
Well, we're gonna shut down the show here a little bit earlier tonight. So, any plugs that you want to plug before we shut down?
I'll just keep in mind to come down south to Borderland Noise Festival next week.
Oh, Borderland Noise Festival. Is that next week? Is Heidi's producing that?
Heidi's producing that on the beach. And also...
What beach?
Playas.
Oh.
The Playas, yeah.
Dude, maybe we will. Okay. Vibe Zone, South Border, Mexico, next week. I didn't realize that.
Perfect.
Anything else?
And that will be all. And come over to Borderland whenever you want.
So Borderland, this is a discount furniture store.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for things from like Z Gallery kind of quality, amazing products, and you want to get it at a fraction of the cost, this is a huge warehouse of amazing stuff. And in this room here is going to turn into a wellness CBD vibe zone. And so we got these bright lights and all stuff here.
We are mixing the concept of having the home stuff and the wellness. So we're selling home and wellness.
Yeah, home and wellness. And then, so I would like to plug, please come to Abbot Kinney, 1712 Abbot Kinney at the new home, the Human Garage, and 6 to 11 o'clock p.m. every night of the week. Conscious Clubhouse. And yeah, we're vibing. We're super vibing.
I'm so excited with my new headphones.
Dude, I'm so excited. Yeah, you're like, I need to get these. How much are they? And here we are. So use them in good health. This is Dr. Steven Schwartz, Dr. Vibe. Have a seat. Dr. Vibe. And this is the Epic Vibe Show with Dr. Vibe. You can follow us on all of our social media channels, Bioharmonic Technologies on Facebook and on Instagram, Dr. Steven Schwartz DC on Facebook, Instagram, and Bioharmonic Technologies on YouTube, and Dr. Steven Schwartz DC on YouTube as well too. Next Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. will be our next live show, the Epic Vibe Show with Dr. Vibe. So till then, keep vibing.
That sounds great. Yeah.